this now. All right, guys. Money Coach Mike here. Lenny's going to buy her next stock. How old are you, Lenny?
6, 7.
Haha, Lenny just turned 7. And one of the traditions we have is we like to buy our kids a stock on their birthdays. What are we buying today?
I don't know.
You don't know? I thought we talked about it.
No.
All right, she doesn't know. I do know what we're going to buy here. I'm going to walk you through what we're going to pick, why we're going to pick it, where we think it's going to go, and long term, what the growth should look like. Stay tuned. All right, guys, so Lenny's going to be buying her next stock, and we've picked a company. We really like this company. It's pulled back nicely, and I think it's going to grow by trillions and trillions of dollars. Ready to find out what the stock is? Here we go. I'm going to share my screen with you guys. Ta-da! Okay, it is Tesla. That's going to be our next stock here. Let me just zoom in. So here's what I like about Tesla. Number one, they've had a really nice pullback recently here. If you look from their top back in December to, I mean, they pulled down almost 25% here. But as of today, they're down about 15%. So we're going to take a piece of Tesla, and I do like here that they came down. They seem to bottom out here for quite a while, and they're kind of looks like they're back in the upswing here. So we're going to start a position for Lenny in Tesla. Another thing I like about Tesla here, if you go to Buy Upside, this is the site I go to kind of see how companies have returned, you know, in the short term and the long term. Overall type of thing. So what I like about Tesla, since 2010, Tesla has averaged 48.25% year over year. And you can see that right here. Tesla, boom, average return 48.25%. Okay, which is pretty stellar. Now, it's not the best performing stock, not the best performing company, in the market. There's definitely been a lot better ones. But what I like is Tesla, Tesla's had a lot of ups and downs. I mean, let's just be honest here, right? When you look at Tesla here, I mean, they took off around 2019 is when they took off. But before that, they were just tracking like a car company, right? And then they took off here. And why I like them today is if they were just a car company, I would say they're overvalued right now. But because to me, yes, they do cars, but to me, they're a technology company. And because of that here, I really do think they're undervalued. In fact, when we look at their financials, they're a $1 trillion company right now. They just came back in the $1 trillion and into the $1 trillion club here in the last couple of months. But Elon Musk is suggesting that Tesla is going to be a $5 trillion company. Now, will that happen? What CEOs say they can do and what they actually do can be two different things. I think he can do it. Now, Now, the next question is, what's the timeline? Because if he can do this over 20 years, it's not that great of a return. But if he can do this over the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years, you're going to potentially 5x your investment today. All right, so we're going to get in at roughly $400, 4, 8, 12, 16, 2,000. If he can get to $5 trillion, that should be roughly somewhere around a $2,000 stock, which will 5x for Lenny, 5x for my position that I have in it already. And so it can potentially grow quite a bit. But what I like is that it's done 48% year over year for the last 15 years, which is a pretty good track record for a company in the stock market to do 48%. Because what happens here, guys, check this out. I'm going to share this screen. Investment calculator. Again, Lenny just turned 7. Now, she's been investing since she was 5, but she just turned 7. And what we do as a family is we decided that for every birthday, each of our kids gets to pick a stock. Now, do they get to pick whatever stock they want? Absolutely. But there's a limit to how much we'll buy. For example, if they were to pick Constellation Brands, that's over a $4,000 stock. I'm not buying them a $4,000 stock, but what I will do, and what's great about investing today, is you can buy fractional shares. So you can buy a fraction of a share, which is what we usually do, because they end up, they like these companies like Tesla and Apple and a few other ones out there that are, we'll usually give them like $100 towards a stock type of thing for their birthday. And Tesla's $400. So Lenny's not getting a full share of Tesla. She'll get a fraction of a share. And that's what's great about the stock market. What we can do today is 20 years ago, you couldn't really do that. Or if you did, to buy a fraction of a share would cost you like $100 in fees, right? All the financial advisors and banks would charge these hefty fees. So the barrier to entry was really, 20 years ago, was hard to get in unless you had a lot of money. Where now, one of my kids invests $10 a month. The entry, to get into the market, the barriers have come down so much that $10 a month you could be buying stocks of great companies, and you do that through fractional shares. Okay, so that's what we're going to do for Lenny. We're going to buy her a fractional share. Okay, and here's the way I see it. I mean, who knows if Tesla's going to continue to do what did I say? 40. Who knows if they're going to continue to do 48%? I don't know, but it's they've done it for the last 15 years. So let's just say I'm going to run this to 55 from 7. We're going to buy $100 today. Okay, and we won't do anything like we'll just keep the monthly empty. But if she can average 40, if Tesla can continue to average 48%, and now someday it's going to slow down. Right now it's in growth mode. It's in super growth mode. So I can expect the next 5, maybe even 10 years, Tesla continue to do numbers like 48, 40, 35%. But at some point down the road, it will slow down a little bit here. But who knows when? That number's insane. $100 invested. If she can do 48% for the next almost 50 years, not quite 48 years, $647 billion. Holy cow! Now, is that realistic? I don't think so. I'm kind of more around the 20% long term for her. That's still $1 million off a $100 investment today. Not bad, eh? But what if we run this to? Let's run this to 18 at that 48%, because that's realistic. I think Tesla could probably do somewhere around 48% between now and by the time she's 18 year over year. That only comes to $17,000. Not bad for a $100 investment to grow to $17,000. Not bad. Now, what we do for her, or what Lenny does, is we average out about $15 a month for her throughout the year. We don't put the money in the market every month, but she'll get a stock for her birthday. She'll get a stock for Christmas. Every now and then, when she makes a little bit of money, we'll put some of that money into the market for her as well. And so we average out at $15. And what's really cool about this is, check this out. Let me run this to age 40. At 48%, she $2 billion. That math just seems stupid, doesn't it? Like, there's no way. But yeah, at 48%, because here's how compound interest works. And here's why we were doing this with our kids at such a young age here. Here, let me just share. I'm going to share my calculator with you guys. Let's see if we get my calculator on here. There it is. Okay. So the rule of 72 basically says you take 72, you divide it by your rate of return. So Tesla's done 48% year over year for the last 15 years. Basically, your money doubles every 1.5 years. That's why it grows so big, and that's why in this example, it's $2 billion by the time she's 40. Like I said, Tesla will probably slow down at some point, and we'll find some other companies that are doing great. But that's why is every 1.5 years, your money's doubling. So in a year and a half, that $100 will now be worth $200. A year and a half after that, that'll be worth $400. A year and a half after that, $800. Then 16, and then 32, and then it really starts to compound, right? But yeah, our goal is to A, teach our kids how to become millionaires at a young age, but then B, how to manage that money really well so they, it doesn't ruin their lives. Okay, but that's what we're doing, guys. We're gonna go buy Tesla for Lenny. Colby's birthday is coming up here in just a couple days. He'll be 1 on Friday, which is in a couple days, and we're gonna do the same thing for him. We'll go buy him a company. Maybe we'll do Tesla for him too. We did Nvidia for him, and he's up over 100% in less than a year, which has been pretty good. But that is our goal. We're gonna go buy some Tesla. They've come down nicely. Now, can they come down more? Absolutely. I'm not saying they've hit the bottom. In fact, I'd be surprised if this was the bottom. But because we've got such a long, 5, 10, 15-year timeline, I'm not worried if it come down a little bit more. Maybe we'll add to our position if it does fall down a little bit more. But as of right now, we're going to add to Lenny's account, buy some Tesla, and take it up. All right. Awesome, guys. Well, hopefully you're doing this with your kids. As always, if you need help or want help or you want help with investing, we run an investment club. Generation Wealth Investment Club is where we teach people how to buy and hold or buy and sell, depending on the market conditions. But buy really good companies that average 20, 30, 40, 50% year over year that can grow wealth really fast. If you're interested in that, always reach out and we'll be happy to get you set up. We'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.